According to Ring Magazine, on Cinco de Mayo weekend, of course, Canelo Alvarez was going to make his return, and it has been reported that he will be taking on Jermall Charlo. I know some of you may be thinking, well, didn't he just fight him? No, that was his brother, his twin brother, Jermell Charlo. He's taking on his much bigger brother, Jermall Charlo, this time. And I already know the fan base out there is going crazy. And honestly, in my personal opinion too, I don't really like the matchup. But this really wasn't unexpected. I'm not even gonna lie, I really thought Canelo was gonna fight someone that I'm unfamiliar with or haven't really heard of before. So at least this is kind of a step above of what I was really expecting. But still, I was severely convinced that he was gonna take on Jaime Munguia, which in my personal opinion too, I like the Munguia fight better than this one. And after watching that performance of how Jermell Charlo performed against Canelo Alvarez, to where he was just constantly circling the ring, you know, very wary and appearing to be afraid of the power coming from Canelo Alvarez, I don't think people are really gonna like this matchup since it's the brother. If the fight was an absolute war and it was a slugfest and back and forth action, and then Jermell just came up short, sure, the bigger brother wants to come and avenge his twin. Cool, I'm sure that would be a great matchup, but just because of how the fight went, you know, there is the chance that this is just going to be a part 2 to that. Just another not so fan-friendly fight where we watch a Charlo brother circle around the ring, trying to stay away from the Canelo's power, you know, just trying to win on points, appearing like he's really just there for a paycheck. Whereas if you would have went the other route with David Benavidez or Jaime Munguia, that's more likely going to be an actual fight. These are Mexican fighters who will come forward regardless of who the hell you are, and they will throw heavy leather. So I think this is much more of a safer route, especially since Charlo has only fought one time in the past 3 years, and it was against a guy who has lost multiple times recently in Jose Benavidez. Yeah, Benavidez is definitely a good fighter, and he put up a really good performance against Jose Benavidez, but let's keep it all the way 1000. After Jose Benavidez was hospitalized for getting shot, you know, he just never appeared the same after that, which is very, very understandable and pretty much expected because that was a very serious situation and a very serious injury. But at the end of the day, I think this fight is just an easier fight for Canelo Alvarez that just looks good on his resume. You know, let's be real. When we all look back at, you know, history, how many people down the line are really going to remember a lot of these people's names? And Jermall Charlo is undefeated. He's 33-0. So that is something that could be thrown on Canelo's resume where it's like, look, this is how many undefeated fighters he was able to take that O from. So it looks better on Canelo's resume with the stronger possibility that this will be a less dangerous fight. And it's no knock on Jermall Charlo at all. It's just the facts. I mean, of course, he could easily put on a great fight and do what his brother didn't, and come forward and willing to trade and stand and bang with Canelo Alvarez and be willing to actually take more risks in the fight. But I don't know, I just think it's an odd choice considering how bad the fight went against Jermell Charlo. But hey man, shout out to the twins, man, because they are getting that bag. But feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you like this matchup? Do you hate it? Do you wish he took on Jaime Munguia? And of course, the most obvious answer would be David Benavidez. But I think the bigger question would be, if he didn't take on David Benavidez, would you have rather him take on Jermall Charlo or a Jaime Munguia? As always, I thank you all so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.